That's studio shit. I'm getting money, nigga.
Fuck that rap shit, I need to get this bread, homie. I never leave a block, I put that on my dad, homies. Heard a couple niggas snitching, got the feds on me. Boy, you need to play it smart, use your head, homie. Focus on this rap, I can't get these pigs no time. It's hard to leave these streets alone, I'm sitting on the gold mine. It's go time, I promise I could flip this shit in no time. Cameras everywhere, it's starting to blow mine. They try and do me dirty like Marshawn at the goal line. These crackers trying to hang me out to dry like a clothesline. Living by the code, ain't no talking to the pole nine. Only speaking code, cause they tapping all the phone lines. I'm trying to leave that life alone.
What's good, world? You already know what it is. You're rocking with your fellow Brooklynite. Before I get into it, I'm gonna do a mental health check, feelings check. I like to do those because I really genuinely care about community. I really genuinely care about people. I really do. No one is off limits of not caring about, as far as, of course, not everybody deserves that, of course, realistically, but for the most part, that's how I was raised, to be mindful of. Even for me being from the streets, I always was taught by my aunts and them and, my family to be mindful of other people, which is, the rightful thing to do, especially people that you don't know. Always, be mindful of who you cross paths with and, when you out there stepping into the world. That's very important. That's what I teach my sons, be mindful and respectful of others. Respect is earned, yes, but you gotta automatically be mindful when you're out there in the world. You just can't just go out your way like it's sweet to disrespect somebody for no apparent reason if they haven't done anything to you. So yeah, it's always about being mindful. So I hope everybody out there, and it's mental health awareness month, by the way, of course. Every day should be mental health awareness, of course, but I don't know why they always do that, where they make something as important and serious, but like turn it into like a 1 month thing, when it should be every fucking day should be mental health awareness day. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of like the people who be making these things, or coming up with these things, whoever they are, don't know them, of course, but they need to go back into the drawing board in the brief room, and put better ideas together, because just having a mental health awareness month, it's like baffling to me. It really is. It's weird when every day should be mental health awareness day, because mental health just don't take off, or well, it's only on for 1 month, and then after that month is over, then it's off. So I never got that. But anyway, so I hope everybody, no matter where you at, you're taking care of your loved ones, taking care of your peoples, doing right by them, at least to the best of your ability, and support them. If you have someone in your family or whatever, or in your friend circle who's struggling and going through a mental health crisis, please support them. Genuine positive support is the best support. Even if you don't understand their condition, it's the best resolution and best solution to show them kindness rather than show them negativity and giving them that energy. And depending on what type of condition they do have, it might do more harm than good if you're not mindful. So just take care of each other, do the right thing, take care of your kids. Other than that, this is an episode, I'm from Brooklyn, so this episode I had to do. I had to do this episode. All the episodes is important, but this one, it was on my mind a lot, and I just had to do it. And I'm gonna tell my personal story, of course, that's very aligned with this, topic. Oh no, somebody almost busted behind. Oh no, she alright? Alright. So yeah, anyway, my bad, y'all. I'm outside, a lovely lady almost really fell bad and stuff like that. So yeah, this episode 10, and this is definitely about, snitches, pressure, and the pretenders. You know, when the image crack under real heat. So I was thinking about this, like even before I got to the episode to put it together. Before the episode even crossed my mind, I was thinking about this. I like this. This is like it's very beyond trauma for me, and this is always going to haunt me, even when I don't think about it. Like even when I strongly am not thinking about it, it strongly overall just crosses my mind regardless. Anyway, from time to time, I'll always be thinking about this situation, even no matter how long ago this was. It's really sad, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. So this is about the snitches, pressure, and the pretenders. You know what I'm saying? When the image cracks under real pressure, real heat. You know what I'm saying? And I put it together like this. So it's not really about the snitching part. The part that really pisses me off is the fact that the people who have done so, no matter who they are, not even just my personal situation, but no matter who they are all over the globe, no matter who the fuck you are, you know you was not built like that and to be a part of that world, but then you still went out your way to pretend to infiltrate and be something and put on a mask and be something that you're very much not. That's what this is more about. You know, the pretenders, you know what I'm saying? The wanksters, you know what I mean? So again, this is not really about snitching, which it overall is, but I'm gonna be neutral. It's about pretending to be built for something that you was never built for from the begin with. Again, like I said before, people step into that type of world and think that they can be a part of that world, or think that they are like those people in that world, and they're really not. And they genuinely, in their hearts of heart, know that they're really not, but they still do it anyway. So, but what they do love as pretenders and as infiltrators and as people who's not a part of that world but pretend to try to be a part of that world, but what they do love on the surface of what attracts them to make them want to pretend just to be a part of that world is the image, the lifestyle, the attention, of course, and the proximity. What they don't love and don't want and don't like and don't want to handle and deal with is the consequences, the pressure, and the reality. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to deal with none of those type of things. None of those type of things. So I'm gonna tell you my little story. You know what I mean? It's old, but I'm gonna tell it to you. It ain't implicating anybody because it's mad old. I already paid my debt to society. So how it started was, it was around the summer, because we was already janking on the block. We was already janking on the block when I was in Brooklyn around that summer in 2000 and I would say 2006. So actually 2000, like in the beginning of 2006, but before 2006, around 2005, like it was super lit. Like that was the summer where everybody was getting money. They've been getting money. We've been getting money. But everybody, it was one of those 2 years straight where everybody was getting money way more than what they ever been getting money before, far as the how fast it was coming. It was like that. It was something about that. Those 2 years that it was real magnificent, real unique, different. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the times that everybody was on the block getting money or whatever. So the summer of 2006, Oh yeah, big shout out to Oz Don. Big shout out to B. I love you, Cuzzo. I love you too, Cuzzo. Oz Don. Pete, Blanche, aka Blanche, Haas, all y'all, love y'all. Chico, Grandpa, I love y'all, man, so much. Shorty Black, love you too. Shout out to all my real rights. Vito, you know I ain't never forget you. I ain't gonna forget you. Anyway, so yeah, it was the summer of 2006. I met this female, but I met her through my man, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you too, you June, yeah, I'm talking about you. Big shout out to you too. So I met her through June, through my man June, and it was like unexpected. I mean, you know, because I'm a Cancer, I'm not shy, but I'm real reserved, so I don't just go out my way just to be going up to women and be like, yo, man, let me holler at you and all that whack shit that's a good percentage of dudes be doing. Kicking game or whatever they want to call it. Like that was never my style. Like I don't do stuff like that. So I was on the phone with I was in Queens actually. I was in Hollis, and me and June was on the phone talking. Me and my man June was on the phone talking, and we was chopping it up and shit like that. And he put me on to this female. This female, she from Brownsville. I mean, next door to where I'm from, East New York, my next door neighbor. And of course, she turned out to be batshit crazy. That's a given. Most of them females that's from the Ville, they are batshit crazy of Brooklyn history. But anyway, so we chopping it up. So he telling me about this chick, yeah, da 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 da. At first, before he even plugged me in with her, he telling me how, you know, how she's treating him and what type of mindset she's in. And me, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna get to that part, but he's telling me how her mentality is towards him and how she's really getting on his nerves. So I'm listening, and you know, I'm really, you know, genuinely listening to him with an open heart. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. She like that? Oh man, that's crazy. Like, wow. Like, and they just got finished. Well, they just started dating. Like they didn't even really get too far, barely at all. They was in a very, very beginning stages of their dating, of them dating each other. So I guess he was moving. I guess he was smart. Like before anything even got any further, before they got locked in, he was like, "Oh fuck it, I'm gonna see if my man want to deal with her, cause I don't want to deal with her." And me being stupid, of course, an idiot, I'm listening to how he's telling me how she is, but then I'm real comfortable after a while to, you know, give it a shot. Even after he just got finished telling me how she is. So he's telling me how crazy she is and all of that, and how she be paranoid and be delusional about shit. So I'm like, oh, you don't want to deal with her no more? He like, nah, I don't want to deal with her. And I'm glad that he did pass her to me in a way, you feel me? You know, because a couple of years later on, down the line, or probably a year later after I got locked up, then down the line, they found out they was related by, you know, by blood, but further down the family bloodline, but still family's family anyway. So I'm glad he did do that. That was a great sign. That was the universe working, because they would turned out to be related. So he telling me, you know, about how sure he is, and so I bit, you know what I'm saying, pause, and I was like, you know what, I give it a shot. So let me see for myself. Maybe she might be different with me. You know, I'm the type of person, I don't just go out my way to just listen to what somebody else say about somebody else. Like, overall, I'm the type, I'm very analytic and very intuitive. So I really pay attention and read very, very well. I read very well. So I don't just be so quick to go off of what everybody else says about what, oh, such and such, or he or she, how they are. I like to see for myself. I'm going to caution myself because of what I heard, caution, but that's not going to stop me from still getting to know that person You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see for myself. I want to do the assessment for myself, because maybe what I see is totally different from what that person seen, or you know what I mean, that told me about that person, or that person that such and such told me about might turn out to be energy might turn out to be great towards me than what he or she was towards that person. I mean, it all works out like that. It's just weird. You just got to just pay attention. So, he gave me the time and day when to pull up over there. Pause. At Shorty crib in the Ville. So I did that. Me and Shorty hit it off. She was feeling me. I was feeling her. You know what I'm saying? Her peoples, her homegirls, you know, they from the Ville too, Brownsville, you know, they real, they solid overall, but, you know, bad shit crazy in their own way. So anyway, a little fast forward. So after we done been, you know, hit it all, things is going overall decently well in the beginning. And then there it is. She started her shit. That same shit he was telling me about, she started doing that with me. When I do go on the other side, when I leave Brownsville to go to East New York, she started, you know, tripping. Especially, you know, for me to be a slim dude, you know, I'm very far from ugly, definitely handsome. I ain't, you know, never had a problem with any female as far as, you know, attractiveness, even in the physical. So when I leave her house just to go over there, and I gotta go, you know, because at that time we was shaking and baking on the block. I mean, shit was super lit. So I'm not gonna sit in the house all day, you know what I'm saying, like all day up under you, and there's money out there to be made. So every time my phone would go off, ring off the hook, be blowing up, it'd be blowing up with custies. I'm saying that's when it would blow up. It would be custody that would be blowing my phone up. No female or nothing, I promise you. So she was just real delusional. So long story short, after a while I got tired and I started messing with somebody else. And the person that I was messing with, of course, her name is Drea, and she was in Queens. And after a while, that's where I would go. I been knew her, but that's where I started going to like get away from Brooklyn, period. You know what I'm saying? Especially from her nonsense. So when I would leave, she would keep doing the same thing over and over. And then she started doing weird shit where she started having her baby father come to the house. I guess to quote unquote check up on his daughter, which is their alleged child. Come to find out, she wasn't. The daughter wasn't his child. So she was just a liar all around, all across the board. You know what I'm saying? She was just really snakish, and she wasn't a not so good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll be sitting in the house, and I'll be sitting right on the couch in the house, and then he'd just pop out. I won't even know. Like, he'd just knock on the door, and then she'd go to the door and be like, oh, that's my baby father, Sugar Bear. That's what it is. He's from Coney Island too, but you know, with a street name called Sugar Bear. I don't know what that's about. Like, but anyway, and I'll be in my mind like, I just give her a look, and then I'll look at him. But then I just say in my mind, all right, you know what, let me keep my cool, because, you know, listen, he ain't say nothing to me. He ain't looking at me crazy, so you know what? Let me just relax. Let me see how this play out or whatever. And it was just a lot of funny shit. And I knew she was still fucking him. I knew she was still doing that. Because exactly right after I got locked up, she didn't waste no time to have the nigga in the crib. Cause when I got locked up, she didn't waste no time. Right after I got locked up, she didn't waste no time to have homeboy up in the crib. Like, even when I called the crib one time, he was in the background, and she was like, she trying to tell him to shh. but I'm a very, very, very good listener. You know what I'm saying? I can hear that shit. So anyway, I wasn't paying no mind to that. I really didn't give a fuck. Like whatever. Like you're a bozo. So anyway, like I was saying, fast forward this small man. So I did something with my little brother that I wouldn't normally do, that I never ever did with him before, but for some apparent reason, I was bored, like beyond bored or whatever, and I went and did something with him that I wasn't supposed to do, and the only reason that I got caught is because somebody made a phone call to that batshit crazy female house phone that I was beefing with, and in the middle of beefing with, called her house to, I guess they called themselves getting on her ass for me, and getting on her. But why they didn't use their better judgment, why they didn't use they brain cells better, don't fucking know. That shit haunts me up to this day. So they called her phone to talk shit to her for me from the victim's phone. Why they do that, I don't know, man. But that right there opened up Pandora's box the way it did. That right there opened up Pandora's box bad, and it was too late. So as far as that part, can't take that back. They traced that shit quick. So I'm like, yo, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. I'm saying, we in the spot, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. Like, y'all niggas is bugging. I'm screaming on them. I'm like, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We in the spot, y'all fucked up. We gotta get up out of here. I'm telling these dudes, we gotta get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We out. Take everything, whatever. Like, we gonna go to the LIQ spot, but we getting the fuck from over on this side now. Like, we is out of here. Like, we ain't taking no more time or spending no more time on this side, no more than we really don't have to. So we like, yo, we getting the fuck up out of here. Let's go. Grab whatever the fuck you need. Take that shit with you that you use to call that bitch crib. Take it with you, because it's coming with us. And I'm going to show you exactly what the fuck you need to do with it, too. You know what I'm saying? And so we got on the other side, and I'm glad I did that, because they wouldn't have got rid of it. This is the crazy part. Like, how you from the hood, how you watch the older ones that's from the street, you watching them and you learn nothing at all. You learn nothing, no type of great knowledge and wisdom, lessons, great lessons from watching your peers who's a little bit older than you or older than you, that's out there in the trenches. You feel me? In that part of that world. And you seem to not take no type of notes. Nothing. You just lost. So if I didn't do this, they would have kept it. I'm pretty sure, for a fact, they would have kept it. Stupid. And I don't want to hear, oh, we was young. We wasn't that fucking young, though. Like, and then even the ones that was young, they was older, young but old enough, and they was out there in the street enough, long enough to know what they supposed to know and to know better, period. So anyway, I told my little brother to get rid of that shit. And he got rid of it. And I made sure I watched him. I watched him break it and put it where it needed to be put and keep it pushing. And then we went to the LIQ spot. I should have just left him. I should have just fucking left him. I really should have. I should have just left and went about my own fucking business. Like, and after we spent time over there on that side, we came back to the other side. But I didn't stay long. After a while, I broke out. I got dressed and got in the cab. Around that time, it was cabs, of course, and I broke the fuck out. And and it was only two solid people there was there with me. It was only two solid people that was around that whole crew. I mean, the rest of them wasn't there when that situation transpired, but when they did come around after the fact, as far as them knowing of the information, it was only two solid dudes that was there. Me and my son Murph. We was the only solid ones, hands down. Even the females, y'all know who y'all are, or I think it was one of them, or maybe I think it was her and her cousin, or they called each other cousins back then. I don't know if that's true or whatever, but they asses definitely wasn't solid. The minute they would have had that pressure on them like that, it would have been a done deal if they would have got apprehended. Even though they wasn't there to do nothing, but when they came after the fact and them knowing a little bit that they know, or just enough of knowing of what they need to know, they would have broke. So anyway, I dipped off. I went to Queens, spent time with Shorty, laying low, and sure enough, make a story short. Fast forward and make a long story short. When I did go to Brooklyn and I was in her crib, my little man came down with my better half to see me. So she heard that my little man was in town, and at the time it was only my oldest. So it was just my oldest and his mother. My little man, he wasn't in the world yet, and so she like, yeah, come over. I'm at mom's, so I'm gonna come over. So the minute she eavesdropping too, she like, oh, you going, oh, yo, yo, oh, she said it, oh, your baby mom's in town with your son, yo, you going over there to see her? Oh, word. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with this chick? Is she out of her mind? Obviously, she's out of her mind. Obviously. So I'm like, yo, that's my fucking son. Are you crazy? Or you really are crazy, cause that's my fucking son. Are you out of your mind? And on top of that, even if he wasn't there, and if it was just her, I knew that woman for years. I'm talking about even around that time. We was in the teens. That woman known me since I was 14 years old. Facts, literally. So I'm gonna, stop, just dub her as far as me going to see my child. On top of that, to deal with your nonsense. So I was like, man, I'm not putting up with this shit. So I'm like, yo, I'm out of here. I'm going to see my son. And she's like, I want to come with you. I'm like, oh man, and I shouldn't have let her, but I let her come with me. And I was in a room talking to my oldest son's mother, and she was telling me about how my son is doing and stuff like that, and how everything is doing. And we did have the door closed, but we wasn't doing nothing. My little man was in there. On top of that, like, what I'm talking about with her is none of your business anyway. That's none of your concern. You know what I'm saying? So she was just real weird, like real controlling, weird, like fucking just very entitled. Like I don't understand. Like I don't mind that, but it gotta be it gotta be some type of boundary or limit. You know what I'm saying to that. So then after that, when she seen that the door was closed and she heard us talking, she didn't hear what was said. So she got a she had a nervous breakdown, so to speak, and she took off running down the hallway. And when she took off running down the hallway, I went after her. She ran all the way, not even through the little hallway in the apartment. She took off out the door towards down the hallway, going towards the elevator, like somebody like violated her or some crazy. I'm like, oh shit, something is really bugged out with this chick. So I'm running after her. Pammy talking to my moms, and like, yo, Shorty is crazy, man. Like, why would you even bring her here? All I asked was you to come check your son. I'm like, you know what? You're right. But you know me, I'm mindful. You know how I am. I'm a true cancer. I'm really mindful, very genuine. Like, I really be on some real beautiful, heartfelt, genuine shit, mindful shit towards another person. Like, until you prove me otherwise. I always been like that. So I'm a real sweetheart. So I'm like, yeah, in spite of, I understand the situation. What I'm telling my son's mother, in spite of the situation of, of her being who she is, of course, like, I didn't want to be rude. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, fast forward, after we left, we went back to her house. I went back to her house with her. And all along while that the times that I was away and not around her, she was on the phone talking to police. They was vetting her, scouting her. They was talking to her, asking for information about the situation, asking her all types of questions. She told them my government, my real government, my last name. Yeah, she was on the phone talking to them. So all the times that I wasn't around her, she was on the phone talking to police. And make a long story short, man, my brother, he gave me up as well, which was sad. It was heartbroken. You know what I mean? My brother, he gave me up, you know what I'm saying? That's some things, that type of stuff you so used to watching on movies and stuff like that, or you hear somebody else done went through something like that. But for it to finally happen to me, not saying I didn't think that it couldn't, but for it just really hit real different, and like it really broke me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in jail, when I was locked up on Rikers Island, I was working for commissary. When I got my paperwork and I read it, and I cried. I broke down. Like, my mans and them, they understood because they real rights too. They like, yo, that's beyond touching you. That beyond touches you. That broke me into pieces when I read in black and white what my brother said in his own. Not only they made, not only and then, yes, they made copies of everything. That's why they say whatever you say will be held against you in the court of law. You got the right to remain silent. That's why they say these things to people. So I'm reading everything my brother wrote in black and white in his own handwriting. They made copies of that, and of course they typed it up on their own and made copies of that. So I just broke down, man. My mans and them, they was supporting me, and it was just sad, man. Like me reading that in black and white, that my little brother and the woman that I was laying next to told on me. Like, stuff like that is like deep, you know what I mean? Like, there's no other way to really explain it, like, other than the true sole fact that it's really fucked up. So anyway, so yeah, that's basically what happened with that, and it's basically that you never know. You never know. It could come from your own blood related family, stuff like that. And he's one of the same ones that don't let him tell you He was a G. He was in the streets. He was this. He was so-called that. He was so-called this. And come to find out, I already knew. That's my brother. I already know what it really is. But and then all my peoples, they seen right straight through that too, because they real rights. So they know that his energy just rubs certain people the wrong way because they know that he's fake. Like he's not really like on some real street shit. He's not really like that, so to speak. Um, it's just a lot, man. It broke me, man. Like, so and me, I was real right, you know what I'm saying? But even with that being said, whoever is in your circle and whoever you allow to be in your circle, you gotta make sure that they exactly uh align, very much aligned with you. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, and when I got before the morning I got popped, when I got home to the crib, it was one of those nights where you just laying there, like for some reason you can't sleep because it's so much on your mind, so much heaviness weighing on your mind. You can't sleep. You tossing and turning, looking up at the ceiling, and it was one of those nights. It was one of those nights, man. So, and it was a real great reason for that. And I should have left around 2 in the morning. I should have left, but I had the chance. Around 3 in the morning, around 4, 5 in the morning, I had a chance to still get out and leave. Me, I was just laying there, man. Maybe that was the reason why I would say my spiritual being allowed me to still just lay there and just in her house, not leave, and knowing what my situation was. The reason why I probably didn't leave, well, my spiritual energy and being didn't want to leave, is because maybe I was tired. I think that's what it was. I was at a point where I was like, you know what? If it's meant to be for me to deal with the consequences from this situation, then it is what it is. Maybe I didn't feel like running. Maybe that's what it was, and you know what I'm saying. But I had the opportunity to so many times. Like even back then, like this was way over 10 years ago, remind you. This was around 2006. So I had opportunities. My son's mother at the time, she tried to get me to come up here. Like I said, I'm not new to the capital region. I've been coming back and forth here before I finally wanted to stay. I've been coming back and forth up here for years, since the early 2000s. So I'm not new to the region. I just stay to myself. Like how I move anywhere else, I'm like damn near a ghost. I move militant. You know what I mean? I'm not the super bubbly type to go out my way to want to try to befriend everybody or think everybody is kumbaya. Like that's not my style. I've never been like that. So yeah, my son's mother, she tried to get me to come up, to upstate, to get out of there. And I was cursing her out. I was so stubborn and I was cursing her out. I didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? And I regret it. I regret it. Like anytime that we and her bring that up, like, and we talk about it, laugh about it, but overall, I regret it. So when 8 o'clock came in the morning, I heard a boom, boom, boom. I couldn't sleep. I didn't get no sleep. So I'm still up. Just it's dark in the room. I just hear boom, 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 boom. And we already know what that type of knock is. Especially if you're no matter where you're from in the hood, whether you're from upstate in the hood, other states, whether you're from the city, like everybody know what that type of knock is at the door. So I heard that boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh shit. So I tap her and I'm like, yo, who the hell is that banging on your door like that? Like they police. I already knew it was police. So I'm like, yo, who's that banging on your door like they the police? And she like, I don't know. But she's over here fronting. She know who that was. So she went to go open the door. She's getting, comfortably dressed. while she's doing that, I'm thinking of ways my mind is racing, like every which way, 1,000,000,000 miles per minute. Like, yo, what the hell am I gonna do? What should I do? Da, 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 da. So I'm like, damn, they already at the door. I'm thinking about the fire escape. So, you know what I mean? I'm thinking she got a fire escape, so I'm thinking about going out on fire escape, but I'm like, damn, I'm already in my t-shirt and boxers, so it's like I should just do that, but I'm like, you know what, let me just stop running, man. Maybe it's time for me to like just be a man and just say fuck it. Maybe this is a sign where, you know, just take care of my consequences, pay my debts, and keep it pushing, man. So I went in the bathroom, you know, inside the tub, to close the shower curtain. The lights was off. While I'm in the tub hiding with the shower curtain closed and the lights off in the bathroom, she's at the door talking to police, but she's talking out loud, saying, you know, trying to put on a front like she's talking about something else, but low key in between those loud talks, she starts to whisper and tells police, oh yeah, he's in the bathroom hiding in the tub. It was all in my paperwork. When I finally got the paperwork and all that shit, after I done did when I was already locked up or whatever, I read all my paperwork, and sure enough, she was at the door telling them, oh, he's right hiding in the bathroom. This is somebody that I was sleeping with. This is somebody that I was sleeping the same bed with, that told me in my face that they loved me and all this type of beautiful greatness. How great it sounds, but that wasn't the case. So she's telling police this, and then, you know, they came, they was acting like they didn't see me, and they came after a while straight into the bathroom. I wasn't moving or nothing. They flashed the flashlight, even a flashlight when you flash it through a shower curtain, and the type of shower curtain she had, it was a shower curtain where you, even if you flash the flashlight through it, the light, you can't see no figure move. So she told them, and that broke me, that crushed me, that did. And you know, I came out. They said, we see you, we know you in there. Come out slowly with your hands up. We're not gonna hurt you. Just let me see your hands, and you know that whole shit that they do and say. And I came and they cuffed me, whatever. I got my clothes on, and they transported me from Brownsville to the 75th precinct. You know what I mean? For me to get booked and stuff and processed and all that. But before they even caught me, they had my little brother Ben at that precinct. They already interrogated him, and sure enough, he told on me. He told police everything. He told police that I had the hammer. Not only I had that, but I had a large amount of cash that I was stashing. I had the hammer stashed at my mom's house. Like, yo, my little brother is a piece of shit, man. Like, for real. Up to this day, I say it in his face. Like, yeah, man. So yeah, it's really sad, but that's exactly what happened, man. So, you know, the people who you think that really, really love you or really have, you know, care about you, that was Pammy. But the people who really, really say that they love you and care about you and stuff like that, especially when they speak those words very, very passionately and compassionately, as you know, as they say they do, you know, that's not really the case. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So the definition of pressure. This is what I wrote. The definition of pressure reveals truth. Pressure doesn't create who you are. It reveals who you already were. If someone folds quickly, it's not because pressure changed them and had them fold. It's because they were never solid to begin with. Why do people put themselves in mixed situations? For number one, identity chasing. They trying to be something that they not. I guess she gotta go get somebody. They trying to be something that they not. They want to feel tough, respected, or feel very important, feel of importance of being in that world. 2, the image over integrity. It's all about on the surface. The same thing goes for a large percentage of those women. When it came down to in that world, a large percentage of them wasn't solid. They just was only attractive to not only a man being handsome, but on top of that, he has a large percentage of money and he's fly. That was always they go-to when it came down to men in that world, or a woman wanting to deal with a man that's dealing drugs. It's only because of how fly he looks and how quick that cash comes and how much money he has. It's always about image chasing, numbers. Same thing like within the social media digital world. Competing, the numbers. Only Hollywood, surface-based, level-based of what they're of what is the perception of what is giving. So looking the part matters more than actually being solid. Looking the part matters more than actually being solid. 3, attraction to danger. Some are drawn to the excitement without understanding the cost. A large percentage of women, again, that want to date drug dealers. They want the bad boy. They just attracted to the bad boy, the surface bad boy image. Period. But what comes behind that, and what comes behind that type of behavior, they can't handle it. They don't know how to handle it or know how to deal with it, or they quickly get scary and don't want to deal with it. But this is what you wanted. So everything is about surface based level type, bullcrap. Lack of self-knowledge. That's number 4. They don't know themselves, so they borrow identities. And they are very, 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 they lack very much in self-awareness and self-knowledge of knowing what type of world that is. Even if you don't have no experience, or even if you have not lived it, but to have at least the surface base of knowledge about those type of entities, should I say, within the underworld. Is knowledge is to know, so you don't fall off the ledge. Get it? Now, no ledge. Together is knowledge. But you gotta know and be constantly aware of your surroundings, no matter where you at. So that was number 4. Reality check. You don't get to choose the lifestyle, then choose a different reaction when the consequences hit. This is a fact. For real. If you know you can't handle pressure, you're not mentally built for the consequences, or you panic under stress, then being around that environment is self-sabotage. Again, if you know that you can't handle pressure, you're not mentally built for the consequences, or you panic under stress, then being around that environment is very much self-sabotage. The definition, fake solid, is what I like to call it. Fake solid equals someone who looks loyal under comfort, but collapse under pressure. So when he's around a circle and everybody joking on the block and females is around, he comfortable and everything, he vibing. But then when it comes down to the pressure of certain situations within that world, they collapse quick, fast. So anyway, they are present when it's easy, gone when it's real, of course. Talking when it gets serious, which means singing like a canary. Why is it dangerous to pretend? These are the reasons why. Number one, you put yourself in situations you can't handle, of course. Number two, you put others at risk, of course, by doing so. Because everybody's going down because loose lips sunk the ship. So everybody going down. We all know that happens. That happens so many damn times. Number two, you put others at risk, like I said that already. Number two. Number three, you lose respect permanently, of course. That you lose that shit. That, man, once you labeled as that, and that's what really done happened, and that's what you really done did. Oh, you sanctioned. I mean, not sanctioned. Yeah, I would say you can put it like this: you're shunned, in more of a better word, for life. That stamp, the stigma, the stamp, never goes away. And then you also, number four, you create consequences you can't reverse. This isn't a game. This episode isn't a game. Me talking, I'm not talking for my health, whatever. This is real life fallout for the women and anyone attracted to that lifestyle. I just got finished touching a little bit on that. The truth, you're not just dating a person, you're dating their reality. So for all those women out there that love the bad boy image, the street bad boy image, the drug dealing bad boy image, trust me, if you are not built for that man's lifestyle, then you're not built for that man. Because if that man lives that lifestyle very strongly and compassionately and very passionately, he lives that. You're not built for him. Period. If you ain't built for what he lives, then you ain't built for him. That means he ain't for you, period. So, if you're not built for stress, the pressure, the consequences, the uncertainty. So if you're not built for stress, if you're not ready to be built for the stress that come with it, the pressure, the consequences, then you're not built for that situation. And the definition, proximity risk. The definition for that, proximity risk. Being around it still makes you part of it. A lot of people be getting it messed up where they think that even though you didn't partake into the action of what would happen out there in the street, but you being around those people, especially if you're known to hang around them, even if you're not like them, you're still guilty by association. First of all, for number one, you shouldn't even be around those type of people if that's not how you are. If you're totally the opposite from what those people are in the streets, then you should not be hanging with them in the first place. Your ass supposed to be doing what you've been doing. That's very much law-abiding citizen-like, rather than being up in those people faces out there in the street. You don't have to do something directly to be affected by it, to be questioned by it, to be pulled into it, like I was saying. So these are the tools to avoid fake people. I love this because that's my number one pet peeve. I'm strongly against that. Number one, watch them under pressure, not comfort. Anybody can look solid when life is easy. Okay, and number two, listen to how they talk about risk. If they glorify it, but never mention consequences, they're not grounded. Number three, observe consistency. Observe consistency. Real people don't switch when situations change. Number four, check their boundaries. People with no boundaries fold the fastest. Listen to that. Number four, check their boundaries. People with no boundaries fold the fastest. Number five, see what they avoid. See what they avoid. If they avoid accountability very quickly, they won't handle the pressure when time comes. Hard truth, stay out of it. Not halfway, not just around, not just chilling, because when things shift, you will react how you're wired. Exactly how you really are, that's how you will react when shit hits the fan. The definition of this one is beautiful too. Know your capacity. Know your capacity. Definition. Knowing your limits is strength. That doesn't make you weak. Knowing your boundaries and knowing your strengths, when it comes down to your limit, your capacity level of how much you will be able to deal with or handle, all of that comes into play. Again, don't try to be something that you're not just to fit in. If certain shit is not you, express that. Or do some self-reflecting. Tell yourself this. Like self, you know you're not really like this. Why are you about to put yourself in that world and knowing you're not really like that? That would work too. That would help. That would probably alleviate all your future problems moving forward ahead in the future, to prevent anything from happening, or you putting yourself in a situation that you could have easily not been in if you just would have had stood your ass out of that from the beginning with. So knowing your limits is strength. Like I said, pretending you don't have limits, that's how people break. And with that being said, man, that's a wrap on that, man. So yeah, my story, I had more detail, a little bit more detail to the situation, to the story. It was really deep. It was really deep, and it's a lot more to it that's even more deeper. But you know what I mean? I don't want to be going into that, and then big shout out to YouTube. I definitely don't want to mess my channel up, because overall YouTube can be very sensitive. I don't want to say certain things. Say certain things, and and they come from me. But anyway, yeah, that's about it, people, man. So lesson learned in life is to be yourself, man. The life learning lesson is to be yourself, man. Don't try to be something that you're not, to try to fit in. And again, for other people, don't try to be a part of that world if you ain't really built like that. Because if you the type that you're still doing that, especially if you're around my age and you still doing that, but you're the type that even then, even before you reach this age, if you are around that age somewhere out there, but if you're that person that even when you was younger, You didn't mind being out there. You didn't mind dealing and slinging. But you the type for a fact, when shit hit the fan and the police give you those type of numbers, catastrophic numbers, you fold quick. And you know you are like that, but then here it is, fast forwarding to this day and age, you being in your 40s, mid 40s, late 40s, 50s, and still want to do that, you're an idiot. Knowing that you will definitely fold, and you're the type that fold, or the type that will fold, because you can't handle that much time, and that you will fold on somebody. But anyway, other than that, you know, it felt good, you know, to talk about this, especially out there to the world, you know, my situation. Matter of fact, I probably will do a part 2 to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just testing the waters with this episode, but I'm gonna do a part 2 to this, definitely, and continue this. But other than that, you know, love, peace, and hair grease, love, peace, and soul, and all that good stuff. Big shout out to the whole entire Brooklyn, East New York, of course, first and foremost, the whole entire New York State, definitely. Tri-state area, the metropolitan area, of course. My favorite next door neighbors, New Jersey. Big shout out to y'all as well. And to all my loved ones, my kids, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you know what I mean? And I hope y'all doing the right things when no one is looking. Don't do nothing out there for a fact that I definitely wouldn't do. For a fact. Treat each other great, right, decent, good, all the above. Treat your kids right, treat your family right. Be mindful of others, and again, be mindful of your peers and people regarding mental health situations. Support. Don't turn your back. Don't act funny. Support. Because real love and true, genuine love and support is the key and the remedy also to mental health. Kindness and genuineness and love is definitely the remedy, the true remedy to mental health. I love all of y'all out there, even though I don't know y'all. Stay blessed. Wherever you at in the world, if it's cold, freezing, stay warm. And again, you know, treat everybody, you know, be mindful of each other, you know, do the best you can to treat each other right, or treat each other decent enough. And other than that, with that said, you already know. Until next time.
You ain't got no gold chains. You don't sell no cocaine. You ain't never told those bangs. You ain't never served no lanes. You ain't really served no fees. You ain't really flip no peas. You don't really sip codeine. You don't really get no cream. Little niggas in my hood with a whole pack. How you niggas want beef? You got no strap. I'ma hit the trap spot with the bros at. Then I hit the strip club with a hose at. I'm a New York nigga, so I stay fresh. If you really want smoke, tell them say less. Got some new mics on and a great tech. Cash out, I can spend a nigga paycheck. Sucker niggas, they be cuffing up a whole dot. Mask on, I can spend a nigga whole block. Pull a plug, tell him meet me at the boat dock. Make a wave, but we whip it on the stove top. Try to push a nigga buttons like a cheat code. Have my niggas take shots like a free throw. Have them take your top off like a peep show. They don't wanna see me go in the beast mode. You ain't got no gold chains. You don't sell no cocaine. You ain't never told those bangs. You ain't never swerved no lanes. You ain't really served no fees. You ain't really flip no peas. You don't really sip codeine. You don't really get no cream.
You ain't never flip no P. You ain't never touched no key. Niggas know who I be. Never had them straps in the V. Never made the trip so T. Man, you ain't